Hello folks, welcome back to yet another FM20 Euro 2020 prediction squad video or something along those lines. That's right, in these videos what we try to do is we simulate right until the start of the European 2020 and take a little look at what this amazing computer game predicts will be the final 23 for each of the nations that have qualified for the tournament. Obviously, we are recording this in November. We know 20 of the teams that are going, the nations that are going to the tournament next summer. We're going to wait on the next four after the playoffs and all that kind of good stuff. But what does the computer game expect for the players that are going to represent Holland or Netherlands, the Dutchies, whatever you want to call them, the Orange? So that's what we're going to do in this video. So to remind ourselves of who we expect to see, I'm going to bring up the most recent squad for those qualifiers in November. Some players that you may expect who may have not been selected are listed down here. But this was the most recent squad. So we're going to remind ourselves of some of the names that are out there. So Jasper Silersen was a goalkeeper from Valencia. He's 56 caps to his name, so we're more than likely going to expect to see him cropping up, as is Jeroen Zuid, who is backup these days, PSV, 11 caps to his name. Marco Bizot is another Dutch goalkeeper that could be into consideration as well. Daley Blind, obviously ex-Manchester United, now at Ajax. Still only 29 years of age, 69 caps so far. Stefan de Vries is now at Internazionale, big time defender for them. But alongside him, we've got another young Dutchie, and that is Matthias de Ligt, obviously one of the standouts for the World Cup last summer, a couple summers ago. Now at Juventus, only still got 23 caps to his name. He will be one of the leading lights. Joel Veltman, he's also in there, 27 years of age, from Ajax. Nathan Ake from Bournemouth makes the squad, as does Patrick Van Arnold from Crystal Palace, and Denzel Dumfries from PSV. That's your defenders. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk was in the squad, but he picked up an injury, so you'd expect to see VVD in there as well. Giorgio Wijnaldum, he makes the squad, 29 years of age, 62 caps to his name. Kevin Strootman from Marseille, he's also in there. Davy Proper from Brighton makes the squad. That's a surprise name. Frankie de Jong, who's now in the books at Barcelona, still very young, 22 years of age. And Donny van der Beek, also 22 years of age. For Ajax, into the strikers, attackers now. Memphis Depay, ex-Man United, now with Lyon, 52 caps to his name, 25 years of age. Quincy Promes from Ajax, 27 years of age. He's in the squad. Luc de Jong. Let me just take a look at Luc de Jong here. Is this the Luc de Jong, ex-Newcastle? It is. Was on the loan at them, so he now makes the squad. So, surprise, surprise. So he makes the squad. Stefan Berghuis of Feyenoord, also 27 years of age. Wout Weghorst, also 27 years of age for Wolfsburg. He goes in there. Calvin Stengs is a youngster from AZ Alkmaar, 1 cap. He goes in, and Mayan Bodu, 18 years of age, 1 cap, 1 goal. So some surprising names towards the back end of that. Some other names that you might see cropping up. Daniel Marlin from PSV, Ryan Babel from Galatasaray, Steven Bergwijn from PSV as well, obviously VVD, Martin de Roon as well from Atalanta. But yeah, so those are the names. So let's have a look at what FM expects to see in the Dutchies lineup. So let's take a look now. Here they are. We're going to do it one by one. Bit of a reveal. So close your eyes. Okay, you can open them now. So here we go. Jeroen Zuid. He does make the squad. PSV's goalkeeper. 29 years of age. Gets a few more caps to his name. Probably understudy to Clissen, who is on the books at Valencia. Decent season for PSV over in Eredivisie, 7.04 average rated. He'll go to the Euros next summer. Joining him will be Nathan Ake. He does make the squad, according to FM anyway. Decent season for Ake, 6.94 average rated, 35 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Formerly of Chelsea, Mr. Loney as well. Went to spend time at Watford, spent time at Reading. And also spent time at Bournemouth before making the switch. So Nathan Ake is now a custom Dutchie, so he's going to be in there. Marco Bizot, he does make the squad. So yeah, that's a good shout out there by FM. Reading between them. Again, this is just, I know this is early doors, but it's going with a trend. It's going with a trend here. So Marco Bizot, AZ Alkmaar, 29 years of age. He'll be competing for the goalkeeper jersey, or at least maybe the understudy to Clissen anyway. He'll be into consideration. He'll make the squad. Daley Blind also makes the squad as well. So 30 years old now in this World, 77 caps, 3 goals. He gets a few more caps to his name. At Ajax, and again, we did say, formerly of Manchester United, who spent £14 million on him, got a little bit more money back from him. 7.10 average rated, 26 games, 1 goal. for the versatile defender. That's mainly left back, but can play centre back as well. Defensive midfield if you want to push him up there. Facility is key. Myron Borodou does make the squad. Yeah, the youngster. Well. Didn't see that one coming myself. It's wanted by Everton. Not bad season for the youngster. 10 goals, 26 games in the league. Nothing in the Euros. Maybe a few games. But the young 19-year-old, valued at 13.25 million, will go. We'll go to the Euros next summer. Joining will be Jesper Klesen. We did expect that. 31-year-old goalkeeper, probably is Dutchie's number one. Formerly of Barcelona, they spent 30 million on him in the summer last season. And he's come in, he's done bits for them. 28 goals conceded in 34 games, 14 clean sheets, 5 man of the match, 7.05 average rated. If you take a look at the Champions League stats and all that combined, 47 goals conceded in 48 games. So that's less than one a game, which is, obviously the less the better. Joining will be Frankie de Jong, obviously the youngster, now 23 in this world. He'll go after his first season in Barcelona to 34 games, not too shabby, 2 goals, 7.02 average rated. Defensive midfielder, can also play at centre back if you're desperate. He's got a few goals this season as well, following his move. Versatility is the key for Frankie de Jong. Can play anywhere down the middle and also dabble at left side of midfield, right side of midfield. You know what? Well, I'll play wherever. Stick me in, coach. I'll play wherever you want. So here goes, as does Matthias de Ligt. They do have a bit of a golden generation right now, the Dutchies, with de Jong, with de Ligt, with Van der Beek, even with Van Dijk as well. So they've got some very, very good players, and they'll be amongst the favourites once again. As the tournament comes around. Plays for Zebra, which is Juventus, just in case you're wondering. Spent big money on it this summer, was linked with Barcelona, but made this decision to go and play his football in Italy. 21 games, 4 assists, 1 goal, 7.01 average rated. Still, yep, a lot of years ahead of him, good 12 years ahead of him, and hopefully it'll just get forever better for him this time. Martin de Roon wasn't in the initial squad, was suspended from the last game. He's got 16 caps in the real world, 29 years of age in this world, plays for Atalanta, defensive midfielder as well. I expect him to be in the squad myself, so Martin de Roon makes the grade. Joining him will be Stefan de Vrij. We remember him. Where did he play? He used to play for Feyenoord and Lazio, and then he was picked up from a freebie for Inter Milan. Good bit of business there. Come in and has absolutely done absolute bits. 36 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 men a match, 7.33 average rated. Picked up on a free, now valued at £46 million, and he's got a good 4 years ahead of him in football for the Dutchies. So he'll make the squad. Alongside him will be Memphis Depay, now at Chelsea in this bizarro world. He made the switch this summer, £50 million, formerly of Olympic Lyon, scored a whole load of goals last season in this bizarro world. 13 goals, 35 games, 8 assists, 7.40 average. Can play down the left-hand side preferably, can also play down the middle as a striker as well, if you want to go there. Bit of flexibility within his positioning, very, very fast, creative player. Of course, he is one of the figureheads for the Dutchies these days. Mohamed Etahatantan is a name that doesn't ring a bell for me. I'm scouring high and low. He plays for PSV, rated at £10 million. He's 18 years of age. This one's a bit of a wild card from FM, but he makes the squad. Can play down the right-hand side of midfield. To be honest with you, don't really know much about the guy, but he could be one of the future faces. Very, very fast player, agile. I'm actually just surprised to see him in there. So he makes the squad, which is a bit of a wild one. Davy Klaassen, formerly of Southampton. Everton. Yeah, I knew when he made some Premier League football. Now playing for Werder Bremen. They spent £12 million on him to bring him over 29 games, 2 man of the matches, 5 assists. 7.01 average rated. Can play down the middle of the park for the forward as well. Again, one of the quality players the Dutchies have these days that can play an attacking midfielder. So he makes the squad. He hasn't been in consideration for a while, so I'm quite surprised to see him back in contention. So welcome back. Davy Proper makes the squad from Brighton, valued at £26.5 million. A couple of the big teams over in Italy want him, Fiorentina and AC Milan. Plays down the middle, also attacking midfielder as well. Formerly of PSV and formerly of Vietnese Armen. 37 games, 3 goals, 7.12 average rated. Good season for Brighton in this world. Will he be a face for the Dutchies in the World in the Euros? we'll have to wait and see, folks. We'll have to wait and see. Karim Rakitic. Now, this one's and also a bit of a surprise here. A name that's come out of nowhere. Can play down the left-hand side, also at centre-back on the books at Hertha Berlin, formerly of the mighty Blue and White Blackburn Rovers. We had him on loan back in the day, but he was Manchester City at the time. So, Karim Rakitic, if anyone remembers him. 25 years of age now, valued at 5.25 million. It's a strange one. It's an unusual one, but hey. Kenny Tete is another name that doesn't ring too many bells. What's it by Dortmund, Bayern, Inter and Valencia. 24 years of age. Plays for Olympic Lyon, who picked him up from Ajax for 3.5 million a couple seasons back. 6.94 average rated for a wing-back who can play down that right-hand side as well as centre-back as well. So a name that doesn't ring too many bells, but could be into consideration for the tournament in Euros next summer. Jens Torstenstra, another name that's not familiar with the squad. He's got a couple of caps, 13 caps, three goals. Can play in midfield, attacking midfield as well. 31 years of age, getting on a little bit. Good season with the Dutchies here for Feyenoord, 7.03 average, rated 5 goals, 3 assists. And did play consistently in Europe, formerly of Utrecht and Den Haag. It's a wild one. It's definitely a wild one. But he makes the squad, as does Donny van der Beek. That was the name that I was expecting. He's with Ajax still, valued at £40.5 million. Attacking midfielder, also plays a defensive midfield as well. A lot of Dutchies seem to be trying to vie for this position here down the middle. So it's quite interesting to see who will be selected and who will not. 7.29 average rate, very good season for him. And then Ajax, 6 goals, 7 assists. Yeah, not too shabby. 9 goals total if you want to look at the Euros and all that kind of good stuff. Virgil van Dijk does make the squad. You can relax now, Liverpool fans. He makes it, or maybe not. Maybe you don't want him to make it. Maybe you want him to just sit it out, and so you can keep him for all yourselves. But anyway, £65 million centre back. He can, according to this, play at left side of midfield and also striker. I guess if you're in desperate need, just throw him forward. But anyway, commanding centre back, very, very amazing player. Obviously one of the best players in the world right now. 7.47 average rated, 31 games, 1 assist, 4 man of the matches. That's just in the Premier League. Didn't score any goals this time around. I'm sure he'll score some goals. Yep. 28 years of age, got a good 4, maybe 6 years of football. The centre back, some of them can play into the early 30s, so we can expect to see him there. Joel Veltman, he also makes a squad at. He's actually on the books at Ajax, £18.5 million. Can play centre back at right back as well. Forever with Ajax, okay season with them, 25 games, 1 goal, 6.75 average rated. He'll go to the Euros as well. Are we there? We're getting close. Tony Velina is actually with Krasnodar. It's a name that was on the recent list. Did last play for the Dutchies back in September against Estonia. 24 years of age, midfielder, again, goes down the middle, but can be a little bit more flexible down the left and the right if you want to go there. Plays at Krasnodar over in Russia. They picked him up from Feyenoord for £7.75 million at the end of the 2019 season. He had a good season over in Russia for the first one, 22 games, 2 goals, 4 assists, 7.11 average rated. And surely, no, we're just about done. Wout Weghorst makes the squad. He is in the most recent squad in the real world in November. 4 caps, 0 goals. He's upped it to 10 and 2. As for Wolfsburg, he scored 18 goals last season in this bizarro world with 7.10 average rated. 22 goals in all competitions. That's not a bad haul, and that will definitely get you into the reckoning if you continue that form. So Weghorst makes it, and Georgino Wijnaldum will make it as well. 70 caps, 13 goals, 29 years of age. Just seems to be getting better with age, does Wijnaldum. Obviously, he had his breakthrough after the World Cup in Brazil. He made the switch to Newcastle, £14.5 million. He scored 11 goals for Newcastle in their relegation season, 38 games as well. Then he made the switch to Liverpool. They made a bit of money on him, £24 million. But he's gone on to forever greatness. Liverpool, obviously, a Champions League winner with them, potentially a league winner if they can keep their act together. Rated at £64 million, 29 years of age. Good 2 or 3 years left at the top level. Before then, I'll have to think about not selecting him. But Wijnaldum will go, which is about right, and that's about it. So let's take a look at the team in all its glory. Any standouts that don't make it? Luc de Jong does not make it. What about Strootman? Does he make it? Strootman does not make it. What else do we have? Any surprising defenders that don't make it? Patrick Van Aanholt, did he make it? Don't see Patrick Van Aanholt. As for the strikers, Ryan Babel does not go either. Kenny Tete, we did mention Kenny Tete, he does make the squad. So yeah, a few names that didn't get selected that you probably were suspecting. There's quite a few names in there. I think Karim Rekitic was a bit of a surprise to see for me. The young guy, Maran Borodou, despite him getting called up in the real world and getting a goal as well in his one and only appearance, that's a bit of a surprise. But anyway, that's the latest Dutch squad, or that's the squad that will go to the Euro 2020. According to FM20, I'll be doing these for the remaining of the 20 teams, the nations that have qualified for the tournament next summer, and when those other 4 nations finally come through the playoffs, we'll do it for them as well. But what do you think about the prediction? Also, while you're at it, make sure you take a look at my actual prediction for the Dutchies. I've predicted my own 23-man squad. Some of the names are familiar, some of the names are different, so make sure you check that sucker out. That'll be on the channel today. Same day as this baby goes out, it'll be on there, so make sure you check that sucker out. But yeah, get your own predictions in the comment section down below. Who you expect to be in there. Some names that FM has missed. Some names that you don't expect to go. Like, do you agree with me? Do you think this Bodu fella won't go? Do you don't think who's absolute the Rekitic fella? Do you think he will go? So get your own comments in there, so I can take a look at your opinions, because we all love football, don't we, boys and girls? I'll be back tomorrow again for another one. Don't know who we're going to do, but anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day on the channel, especially a lot of Euro 2020 in the moment. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.